everybody and welcome to the F2 show by Inside F2. Joining myself, Fraser Ford, we have Inside F2's Emily Sands and Lawrence Griffin this week. And Emily, welcome back. Thanks for coming on another episode despite Jack Doohan not claiming many points this weekend. But in all seriousness, another chaotic weekend, 6 safety cars, a lot of action and some classic Formula 2 racing. It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was... I think it was safe to say Zandvoort was quite, full on, but I feel like Monza was just as full on as Zandvoort. But it was a great weekend and definitely provided some entertainment.
Definitely. I think I am right by saying that 6 safety cars. I'm sure someone in the comments will let me know if I'm wrong. But an awful lot of action, Lawrence. And Formula 2 as entertaining as ever. It was, Formula 2 at its best, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you say 6 safety cars. If you told me it was 8 or 9, I would have quite easily believed you, to be honest. It was chaotic. It got a little bit fragmented towards the end of the feature race. I think we would have liked to have a few more periods of racing. There was a lot of incidents out there, but it happens so easily. Restart leads to instant, leads to restart, and you can get stuck in that cycle. But in between all of that, some wonderful racing, some wonderful overtaking moves, which we always get at Monza, one of my favourite circuits. So yeah, a great weekend, absolutely.
Just a reminder to anyone watching on YouTube, you can listen to the full podcast and any other exclusive content that we provide on our Spotify channel. You can find the link to that in the comments below, or just search for Inside F2. Okay, let's start with our feature race winner, Ollie Berman. A Ferrari Junior wins in front of the Tifosi. Prema win their home race. And just an incredible weekend all round for Prema and Ollie Berman, wasn't it, Emily?
Oh, it was. I think, for them to win at Monza as well was extra special for them. And I think Ollie had a really good weekend. He did very well in qualifying second, obviously set him up good enough for the sprint race, for the feature race, and he did well in the sprint race as well. I think he came P6 in the sprint race. I think the safety cars and the tyres and the way it might not have planned out well for other drivers, but for Ollie, I think it was a good situation for him, and he just performed brilliantly all weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Was that his most mature drive in Formula 2, Lawrence, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think so. As soon as he took the lead of the race on the first lap, he looked really comfortable. I mean, we've seen before from him, he has such speed and such overtaking ability, and he's so aggressive and he's so great to watch. It doesn't always play out well, and we've seen a few times when it does go a bit wrong, he can end up dropping further back down the field. It looks like his head drops at times, and he doesn't always deliver the result that the raw pace he has really promises. But Monza was totally different. He had that pace. You could see it every time there was a safety car restart. He opened up a gap on Théo, who had looked really racy in the sprint race. That ART was working brilliantly in the hands of Pourchaire and Martins all weekend. So for him to be able to just pull that gap and to nail every safety car restart as well as he did was brilliant. He found that winning formula, nail it through the parabolica and, make sure the other cars behind have the dirty air. And it just works from every time. He looked totally in command, throughout the entire race. And that is something which is very hard to do in a series which is so competitive. So, yeah, he should be really proud of that performance, a very mature performance, and the sort of racing that will really impress the team bosses at Ferrari, who are going to be looking ahead and wondering, in 2-3 years' time, maybe even sooner, could he end up being an F1 driver?
Out of all of the drivers in Formula 2 right now, Emily, would you say that Ollie Berman is one of the most likely to make it to Formula 1? Is that fair to say, given, it is his rookie season? His performances this season have been brilliant. As Lawrence says, his pace is clearly there. Would you say that's a fair comment to make?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the fact that he's a rookie this year in Formula 2 and he's already got 4 wins under his belt, there's people that are more experienced and have been in F2 for longer that haven't even, got that first win yet or leaning onto the second win. So I think for him as well, I want to point out Martins because he's really impressed me this season as well. And I think the pair of them, both being rookies, have done really well. But I think Ollie does have that slight more consistency over Victor. And, you know, there's talks about Sainz possibly moving on to Audi and F1 in the future. And so we know that Ferrari seat is going to open up. So maybe, yeah, there could be a potential opening for him there. And I think everyone should keep an eye on him. And like Lawrence was saying, you know, this weekend specifically, being at home as well for Ferrari, they're really going to be looking on at that drive thinking that he did a great job. And too right, he did. And I think, like Lawrence said as well, I feel like I'm just repeating everything he said, but he should be really proud of what he did this weekend. He was consistent. He didn't make any mistakes. He was confident on the braking. His overtakes were amazing. The safety car played right into his hands at every single opportunity he had in the feature race. So yeah, I think definitely they should be looking at him and considering him for the future.
Yeah, great weekend for Ollie Berman, and highlighting his potential again, as you say. His 4th win of his rookie season, as you've already said, Emily, and the 9th win of the season for Prema. A great season for them so far. Speaking of Prema, we've launched a competition recently to win a Prema signed driver card in our round 11 review. Congratulations to our winners who are on the screen right now for anyone watching the podcast rather than listening to it. Thank you for watching on YouTube. To watch the full video and other exclusive content, check out the link in the description to access our Spotify content.